What makes relationships last?
Our relationship has had its ups and downs, but what we've found is good communication holds everything together.
We decided to dedicate time every week to not only strengthen our relationship, but stimulate personal growth.
Strong relationships are built on strong communication.
Welcome to Date Night Conversations.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Date Night Conversations. I'm Chantel.
And I'm Greg.
And in this video, guys, we're going to ask each other 3 random questions we have never asked each other before.
I look forward to the conversations that these questions spark. And you know what, guys? We love hearing your responses also.
Yes, we do. You guys really allow us to think even deeper and further than the actual episode between you and me.
Yeah, I appreciate the different perspectives.
I do too.
And it's funny because when we film an episode, we've also that same day posted an episode. When we're done filming, we can still go back and look at comments from the previous episode.
Yeah, pretty awesome what we're doing, I think.
I love it.
I do too. All right, you ready to get into it?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, I got first question.
Yes, you do.
What is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives? That's an interesting question.
That is an interesting question.
What is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives? Have sex.
You just jumped to it.
I think that's a significant one, and there's people who haven't, right?
Well, they'll get there when they're ready.
Well, no, like what about priests and stuff? Like are there, or nuns? Like I'm sure there's people who have been in a situation where that's something they've been completely deprived of for whatever reason their entire life. And I think it's an experience that you should have. I think it's really important, especially when you have a bond with somebody. I think it's the deepest connection you can have with a person. And by depriving yourself of that, you're depriving yourself of a very significant experience. That's my perspective.
Okay, I can appreciate that. I wasn't thinking that.
Think if you never, because you've had that experience and you've had it on significant levels, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you took that aspect of your life away completely.
Oh, it'd be pretty dull. Something would be missing.
And it's only because you've had that experience that there's a different level, I'm going to call it a high, something happens internally that you cannot explain, you cannot describe. And especially like there's one thing that's just sex, but it's one thing to have like that real connection with a person at the same time. It's a different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a different level of connection.
And something happens inside of you that you feel like euphoric. And I think that is a necessary human experience to have.
It is. And in this book that I'm reading, it talks about that. It talks about having sex and even thinking about where you want to be in life. That the emotion plus that thought, because everything that happens in life starts from thought. So combining the emotion and the faith together with sex with something that's so euphoric and feels so good can amplify manifesting.
Yeah, I get like goosebumps even just thinking about that whole situation. I think it's really important. Anyway, so what is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives? My answer is sex. That just pops right in right away. Boom.
Okay, cool.
Like real love, not just
like one night stands.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get that, but when you have a real bond with somebody and then you have like that real connection, I think that's like next level.
Okay, I totally agree with you.
There's a lot of things that I think, like experiences that a person has had that I haven't had, that I would love to hear what that is to them. If you haven't had this experience, you absolutely must. Just to be a human, you should do this. What is that?
I don't know, because there's nothing.
What?
Okay, I think, what I would say, do at least once in their lives.
You really can't think of anything?
I was going to say, like, start a YouTube, because I think everybody has a skill that can be broadcasted. But I know that YouTube isn't for everyone. But when I speak to people, I always say YouTube is one of the best advertising platforms out there. And you're able to connect with a community that believes sometimes in some of the things you believe in. And you get that leadership role help others feel inspired and grow. And I think that what better feeling is better than to have a feeling of interpersonal growth. And if you understand that,
I understand where you're coming from.
but you don't need YouTube to do that. You can do it in other aspects.
Because everybody is going to have their own experience, and you appreciate that experience that they choose to have, the decisions they choose to make. Yeah. And you see this as an avenue for them to grow. But not everybody wants to grow. Because I do the same thing. When I see something in somebody, I'm like, you know what? This would be an amazing YouTube channel. I can totally see. And they're like, no. I do this for me. And you know that they could teach people, you know, but they're like, you know what? There's people out there for that, and I'm not that.
I totally can see that. So then what it would be then is to set a goal that you never give up on, and you accomplish that goal. And it doesn't matter how little or how big it is, but just have a goal and complete that goal. That is something I think.
Like set something for yourself to actually achieve.
Yeah, because it's another level of growth, and it's something that people can do without having to broadcast to the world.
No, there's like a self-fulfillment when you complete something like that.
And I think when you feel that, that just inspires the next thing.
Yeah, like I'm so proud of what my sister's been doing with her running.
Exactly.
And it's one of those things where she sets herself up, does these challenges, I'll accomplish, I'll walk, jog, run this distance in this time.
Right.
And I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And actually like will register and put herself out there that, hey guys, I'm doing this, and do it with friends, so it's like a little competition and everybody's works together. And it's those little goals that sort of keep you working towards something.
Yeah, it keeps
and
you
little
going.
Achievements, they feel good.
Yeah, you just clap for your damn self. Like,
absolutely.
You know,
like I did this.
Yeah.
I worked, I set a goal, and I accomplished it. And I see that in so many different aspects of people's lives.
That's what it would be for me.
That's a good one.
Thank you. I like that question too. All right, guys, so we're going to throw the question back to you, but let's read it one more time. What is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives? All right, guys, I'd be interested to hear what you guys think.
Do you jump out of a plane?
Yeah. It's a bit much for me, but it could be somebody's response.
But no, I think there's places on Earth you should visit and those kind of things. Like you should do this at least once in your life.
Okay.
Like I think those could be valid responses also.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see what they say.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right, guys, so we're moving on to question number 2. So is that me?
That's you.
All right, guys, question number 2. What are the deal breakers that would make you reconsider our relationship?
Forcing a religion on me.
Greg and his religion.
Smoking or doing something knowingly unhealthy to your body. Like I think it's like one of the things that I find really attractive is that you make your health a priority and you really take care of yourself.
Thank you. So you.
And so I really appreciate that in a person when they make the effort to actually maintain their personal health.
Yeah.
That's attractive.
Okay.
I don't know that it's a deal breaker. I think I would just try and support you, but if something happened, like one of the things I really appreciate is your motivation, determination for continuous growth. So if you're somebody who's just like, and I'm trying to go and I'm pulling you, like I feel like that would be like I'm trying to go somewhere and you're not coming with me. That could start to be a clash. As much as I would try and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
How's the question worded? What are the deal breakers that would make you reconsider a relationship? Like all these things that are parts of our relationship that are significant that I really appreciate.
Right.
Because it just, again, it's like just going with the flow.
And in a good
You're just
direction.
on a ride because we sort of carry each other because we have the same, like-minded in that sense. As much as we have differences, you can look at our differences videos, there's really important aspects of our relationship that I think really tie everything together.
I agree.
So if those parts weren't there, then there might be some reconsideration.
Yeah.
But I haven't experienced that at all, and I think that's what brought us together in the first place.
Yeah, I think you really expressed that really well. You couldn't have said it any better.
Okay.
For sure.
So, deal breakers?
Yeah, and you know what? Similarly, it's the same thing for me. For example, If you were like extremely lazy and had no motivation for life, and I'm growing and you're not, and I have to keep dragging you and continually trying to push you, that's a huge turn off. Like, I wouldn't appreciate that at all. Just the belief in yourself, that's going to be huge, because if you believe in yourself, then I know that you have the right mindset to grow in life, and that's going to influence me because we're in the same circle.
Yeah. It's like what you bring to the relationship helps the relationship grow.
Right. And just the fact that, like, you know, it wouldn't be coming into the relationship that, oh, I need money, like I need you to be the wealthiest person, but the fact that you know you'll be the wealthiest person, or you have a goal where you're like, I'm going to be financially free, I'm not worrying and working towards those goals.
Because if both people can do it, then imagine how the whole relationship builds versus one depending on the other person,
and especially when you actually get there to that point and realize when you're looking back, it's like, wow, man of your word, woman of her word, and power couple. It's like, wow, we did this, and all you had to do was have the belief. It'd be a deal breaker if you didn't, and that just goes back to lack of motivation, laziness. And if you're that type of person, there's so many other things that are wrong in life, right? That's where your mindset is. Because
it's just that if you want growth, then the fact that you're doing something is appreciated.
Yeah.
And like you're reading, you're learning, maybe you're going back to school, maybe
you're doing something. And I think that's so beautiful in an individual. It's like like a caterpillar to a butterfly. Like that, those,
like you're continuously evolving.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So yeah, I like that.
I do too.
Yeah, so that's just the type of relationship that I would be interested in. So if the person wasn't like-minded, then I could see that being a conflict, right? So the way it's worded, it would make us reconsider our relationship. Yeah, there would be a whole lot of talk. It would take a long time.
Yeah.
Like if one of these things sort of fell off for some reason, I would do everything I could to try and get you back on board.
Same here. I wouldn't just let it be.
Because there's so many, so much more than just one thing, but it would have to all crumble.
Yeah, we're pretty resilient.
Something's going on if that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just not the type of person you are.
That's right.
I'm trying to think, is there anything else that would be if you were somebody who was angry or frustrated or complaining like all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's just not comfortable to be around.
Yeah.
People who just yell all the time. Like just relax, man.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah. I'm not gonna relax. It's not gonna be all right.
Like, that'd be too much. That'd be way too much for me.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We're on the same
page.
Yeah,
those things would be definite parts that would make me reconsider.
Same.
As much as I would try, again, to be the buffer, I can't be around that.
It just sinks your energy.
Yeah.
You don't want anything to
I'm trying to live my best life.
Yeah.
I want to feel good all the time. And if I have to be around that, that's just
it's not worth it. It's going to influence your energy, your mood, your thought process. It's going to sink you too. Forget it.
I like thinking about that.
Yeah, that's a hot mess. No way. Not going there. That's a deal breaker for both of us. All right, we're going to throw it back to them. Let's read the question one more time.
What are the deal breakers that would make you reconsider your relationship?
All right, guys, you know what to do. Drop a comment down below.
What about like sleeping around and that kind of stuff?
Huge deal breaker. I don't want none of that.
The funny thing is that we didn't even think of that. It's like one of those things that just wouldn't be.
No, that is just not allowed.
Like, wait, what?
Like, yeah, no, not for me. That's just not how I roll. That's not my style, and I wouldn't even consider it.
Right. Okay.
I'll do my background checks. Yeah.
Background checks.
All right, so we're on to the last question.
I got the last question.
Yes, you do.
Where in your life are you making unhelpful assumptions? Unhelpful assumptions.
I'm gonna say I'm not making them often, but it's like worrying about the what ifs. Like that's not really helpful for anybody. And again, it brings me back to appreciating the here and now. So assuming, well, what if we do this and then we don't? It's just like, you know.
Yeah.
Because
there's always a what if in the exact opposite. Why aren't you giving your attention to that?
Right.
People say, what if this bad thing happens? Like,
but what if
this amazing thing happens? Why would you even consider? Both of them are possibilities. Yeah. Why are you focusing on the bad one? You always have a choice where to put your attention.
Yeah, I think that's
what are you giving your attention to? And that really has a huge impact on where you go in life.
And I'm trying super hard, and this may sound deep to some people, but I'm trying so hard to have my higher self put myself unconsciously always on the brighter
On
side
that
of
side.
things.
Again, you see the opposite, you appreciate the opposite, but you know what that makes me think of? This.
Yes.
There's always
Yes.
that side. And when you keep redirecting yourself to that, it just feels good to think about this. It feels good. Like imagine that happened versus, oh no, what if that happened?
And
why would you give your attention to that?
I think why people give their attention to that is because the limitations we set on ourselves. It's like, wow, like it's
bad things have happened before. Bad things are going to happen again.
That's
It's
right.
what happens.
Or it's like, oh, I can never get there. Oh, I can't see that. No, I couldn't do that. Like
amazing things have happened before, and amazing things can happen again. And you could be the one. The more you give your attention to those things, the more you find the path to those things.
It's practically finding the good in every situation and running with the good.
Babe, did you even notice that when we went to get fries today, the wings and fries, how long it took? So they said your order will be ready in 20 to 25 minutes. And we got there at 25 minutes and the order wasn't ready.
Right.
And we just hung out. And it was like 10 minutes or so. I didn't even realize how much time had passed until the guy comes out. But we're just having fun.
Yeah, and chilling. And
everybody's just chilling.
We're so cool with it.
And the guy was so apologetic.
Yeah.
I was like, hi guys, I am so sorry it took so long. We've been so busy tonight. We're like, man, no worries.
And we're so positive. We're like, we're so happy you guys are getting business.
Do you know how good this food is?
Yeah.
Like, I do not mind the wait. And I can totally appreciate that they're busy and they're legit busy. There's cars lined up there.
Yeah, shout out to Annex. Wings Point.
Annex Wings Point, yeah.
You guys are awesome.
I know that it might take a bit longer, and I really don't mind, especially this was a Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you.
But what I'm saying is, you could have been the person who sat there and, man, this sucks. This always takes so long. I'm not coming back here. You know how long I had to wait for my order?
And then you get your food and your food's terrible. Because it will be a chain
and then something will happen. Yeah, it's like a chain. Oh, now my food's cold?
Yes.
But that's exactly what happens. That once you put the negativity out there, stuff compiles.
But for us, the food was amazing. We waited and it's like, the food was amazing.
We know it's good. They're always on point. Seriously.
Always. I love it.
Best fry. Like, we have options much closer to home. Several options. We're surrounded by these wings places.
But we don't want that.
But we make the drive
to go get fries and wings.
To go get fries and wings for these guys, man. They're fantastic.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So, where in your life are you making unhelpful assumptions? That was the question.
Yes, and I answered it.
Wow.
We both did, but I think we're both on point.
Unhelpful assumptions, it's whenever you think right away that the worst could happen.
Yeah, stop that. Get it out your head. Just stop it. Stop it. There's no need to go that direction. Just know everything will work out. Everything's fine.
It always does. You got to where you are.
Yeah,
you made it this far in life.
Yeah, exactly.
By simply changing where you give your focus, it will just lighten your heart.
Yeah.
It will totally reduce your stress. It's like the more you can, like you're saying, you want to make the conscious effort to always change your focus so that it becomes subconscious.
Right.
That it's just automatic, and it's amazing how it affects those other aspects of your life.
Yes, I agree.
You make the most out of every situation because you never know how it could benefit you down the road.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys, we got kind of deep with that one, but that's totally okay. Sometimes that's just how these episodes go, and I appreciate that.
Could that question be answered like another way? Will you guys take a different spin on that?
They could, and that's fine too, and that's why we throw it back to them.
Unhelpful assumptions.
Yeah.
I think we've been really good at buffering those things. Like, I don't feel I make too many unhelpful assumptions.
No, you're pretty good.
TikTok videos. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna take forever. That's my automatic go-to. It takes me so long to learn these things. And lately, I've been trying to buffer that in my head. And I'm like, okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. If I start somewhere, I can get through, and I try and put more positive spin on it.
That's good.
If I, again, put the positive right away and didn't think that, it's sort of the same thing, isn't it?
And it takes forever to learn.
It's right. I'm putting it on myself.
Yeah.
Because I went in with the opposite mindset. Mm-hmm. And just by... So that's what... It's like basically the same thing. Mm-hmm. Or where you're making unhelpful assumptions, it's that any aspect of your life where you're putting you're looking at what could be a negative in that situation, and by taking the same situation and just taking a different perspective, you can make the most out of it.
Absolutely, 100%. That's like the realest thing you could say.
Sorry.
And that's okay. Thank you for that. All right, guys, we're throwing it back to you, but let's read the question one more time. Where in life are you making unhelpful assumptions? All right, guys, you know what to do. drop a comment down below. All right, so that was Date Night Conversations, episode 36.
Wow.
And those are some good questions.
Yeah, I really like those.
Made you really think. Like, think
we
about
just
that.
getting into conversations again. Those are the best ones. That just
It
start
is.
having you talk.
And they're so organic. Like, they just come that way, right? It's not forced. It's just you thinking, and we're both having each other think on different levels.
Yeah.
Right? To come to an answer that's sometimes wholesome. It's like, yeah, I agree, or no, I don't agree, I'm going this direction, and we both can see why, and we appreciate each other's perspective.
Yeah.
Most of the times we agree on majority of things, but I'm just saying when it does differ, it's so respectable, and you just learn.
Yeah. Talk it out.
Talk it out.
Here's how I see it.
And grow.
Here's how I see it. Oh,
Yeah.
I can respect that.
That's awesome. It's so positive. These questions are amazing. They stimulate deep thinking, and it's like conversations that can keep going.
Yeah. I've been really happy with the last couple of episodes.
Yeah. They stimulate some really deep thought.
But sorry, I have to just add to it.
Okay.
That in both cases, like especially this one and the previous one, I had this extra excitement, like that same feeling through the day in anticipation for them, and then the conversation just happened to
Be
go in that
stimulating.
same direction.
Yeah. To stimulate
So
that
I'm gonna
feeling.
keep that going.
Yes, you
It'll
are.
help us make the most out of these conversations.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're looking forward to interacting with you all.
Absolutely. Please let us know your responses to these questions.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.